lovelies, welcome back to another Yes or Trash Tuesday. I hope you all have had a great week so far. Today we're going to be going over and swatching and lip swatching and wearing through the day these MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lipsticks that I got. And I wound up going with 5 different colors. These were the 5 that I really thought I would use personally. If you're going to get these, understand that you need to look up like live swatches. I really feel like I trusted the shades that they put on the website and they are not true to color at all. So that's a tiny beef that I'll just point out really quickly. But again, I got the 5 colors I thought I would really wear, and I have a lot of thoughts on them. Before we get into formulation talk and all of that jazz, let's actually talk about the colors I chose themselves. The first one is Lady Be Good, and this is kind of a pinky, lighter nude shade in the tube. I feel like on me it pulled quite peach without a lip liner underneath, but as you can see, it just looks like a peachy brown nude color upon initial application. This one applied so smoothly and so evenly on the lips, which you wouldn't expect out of one of the nude shades in this collection. You know, you would think if there was any room for error, it would be with the lighter colors being patchy, non-existent in terms of pigmentation, but this was an absolute joy to put on. It is so, so beautiful, and I think that especially when I'm looking for a slightly more warm tone nude, I'll really turn towards this. The next color is the one that I was kind of debating between this and Lady Be Good, and I wound up going with both of them just because I really wanted to swatch a ton. This one is called Back in Vogue, and in terms of comparing it to Lady Be Good, it is considerably peachier and a little bit darker, not quite as much of a nude. This literally looks like a pastel peach on the lips, and again, really, really pretty. I found that this one was a tiny bit patchy. I didn't re-dip the applicator. I didn't go back in for a second coat, but I kind of would go back in and even things out. And I love the pastel shade of this. This is just so, so pretty, and I find it's kind of hard to find a good liquid lipstick formula of this, and it being the exact color that I want, and this was just spot on. I can kind of overlook a slight bit of patchiness when the color is as pretty as that is. Then we have Rich and Restless, and this is a hot orangey coral color. I really liked the look of this when we're getting into warmer months. This is like a true fluorescent orange with a lot of coral mixed in. And I have a lipstick that's quite similar to this from MAC, but I wanted a matte version just because I thought it would be quite fun, and I was totally right. This one probably had the best pigmentation out of any of them. No real patchiness here, no like bare lip showing through. I just thought that this was so easy to put on. And when it dried down, it just looked gorgeous. It was very, very comfortable to wear as well. I wound up wearing this the other day on my lips for I think like 6 hours just when I had a bare face and I was testing it, and I just thought it was so freaking beautiful. It really didn't come off in patches. It was just a nice lipstick, you know, maybe a little bit drying, but nothing awful. Then we have To Matte with Love, and I was so disappointed. It's called a raspberry on the site, but it just looked a bit less bright, you know what I mean? And not that it would be a neutral, maybe neutral isn't the right word, just a little bit more muted. This color is really pretty though, and I don't normally gravitate towards shades like this, but it is a fluorescent fuchsia once you get it swatched on the hand, and I do think it's really pretty. Again, this is a nice color for warmer months. I'm finding that a lot of these have sort of a warmth to them, and it really is so pretty. Can you imagine this like on a mostly bare face, just like mascara and this? So gorgeous, I die. This one again had really, really nice pigmentation, no patches, no sheerness to this. I really got excited to see how well this applied. Then I applied this, and the whole thing fell to shit. This is called Oh Lady, and I really wish I had looked up reviews and stuff before I bought these. This was the one I was most excited about because I was like, yes, like a purpley, vampy shade to wear on my lips in the winter. As much as it does fit the bill in terms of the color, you can't really work with this one very much at all. For some reason, this one has a different formula, and of course this is the one I wanted to wear for this video through the kind of like try on session, and it's going to end sadly after 2 hours because I can't handle it anymore. This shade grabs onto every imperfection. This was grabbing onto microscopic bumps outside of my lips I didn't even know existed. The formula kind of, it almost bled even after it started to set. And where my lip line was, where the tip of the brush was hitting, there really wasn't even that much product, but it was drawing so much darker for some reason right at the edge of my lips, and it made it look really just not nice. I wound up having to work with this a lot. I think that I spent almost 10 minutes applying this to even get it to look like this, and I still feel like it's patchy. I still feel like it's grabbing on, I'll zoom you in. It's grabbing on to like little things that I don't even realize are there, and that I don't know how to explain it, like they're unfixable once it sets. But then I was like, okay, well I'll just use a lip liner or something, but honestly it kind of takes away from the point of a liquid lipstick. Like, you want it to be a one-stop shop. They last a really long time, they dry down matte, And when it's costing me 20 bucks, like, it's just really kind of difficult to warrant fussing around with it because of the formulation. And I don't think it's the applicator, because the applicator applied beautifully on the rest of these. It was just this shade for some reason did not want to work well. And I've been wearing it for 2 hours. It's coming off in chunks. I tried eating something just to see. I ate a granola bar. Can you guys kind of see that? I don't know how to make that face and talk simultaneously, but it's not even necessarily too noticeable yet, but it's incredibly uncomfortable. I do feel like even though it's set, it still is coming off. And it's just weird because the rest of these shades didn't do that. So I hate that I picked this one to do the demo with. I really wanted to make this because this one is an absolute trash. Like, do not buy this. And from what I'm understanding and reading in reviews, the darker shades of this formulation are really, really, really bad. So I don't think I would recommend them. But the lighter colors and even this slightly brighter one, all of them wore so well. They looked so beautiful on the lips. It's just weird to me how they couldn't keep this consistency, you know, throughout. And I hate that I worked so hard on this for it not to look nice. You know, that's just really frustrating. So save your money on this one, but I like all 4 of these. And my favorite one is probably Lady Be Good. I really, really do love this color. But I also love Rich and Restless so much. I think that's gonna be gorgeous in the spring and summer. I know I didn't talk about this earlier, but the packaging is really cool too. I like how it's like the lip gloss bottom, like the regular lip gloss bottom, and then it has the MAC lipstick topper. I think there's something so cool and fun about this. These are currently available on the MAC website. I'm not quite sure when they're going to be launching on Nordstrom and Macy's and all that jazz, but when they are, I will link it all down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I will see you guys so soon in my next video. Until then, I love you so much and I hope you have a great day. Bye.